fast as I can because I don't want to really want to talk about the stock market anymore or just right now. I was at the point where I feel like I'm just giving up at this point. That's how I'm feeling inside. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna make this quick as possible, and I'll be done. Um, let me see if I can get to where I really need to show you. But pre-market, the stock was one of the biggest percent of gainers. Um, it was a really low flow. It was like 3 million flow. Outstanding was 4 million. Um, I was expecting this to do much better than this, but I tried longing here because the reason, and I told myself I'm not going to short pre-market no more. I mean, I'm not going to trade pre-market anymore because uh, I got really burnt on it and I'm not accustomed to it. But um, it was a really low float, like a micro float. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to long it. And I longed it here, right here, this candlestick right here at 8 o'clock, and this candlestick here at 8:08. I noticed on the level twos and time and sales, orders were getting filled. The price was at like $11, $12, but the order was getting filled at 10.20. For some reason, either like a market maker was, routing to certain market makers, or there was manipulation here. But I seen orders going in at 10.20 when the price was at like 11 something. So I was like, what the fuck? And I got out. I'm like, I'm not comfortable with that. I don't trust it. I got out. So then I tried logging it here, um, because it had to just big, big panic, but it didn't break past this low. So I longed it here, and then it panicked again, and I got out, and I was down like 150 more than my risk. The first time I got out, I was down just $30, but this time it panicked, and I couldn't really control my risk, and I lost. I was down 150. 150 wasn't too big because I know I can jump back from that, but it was more than what I wanted. And then I longed it here. I bought 300 shares here, 300 shares here, because it did it a third time where it didn't break this low, and I still knew it was a low flow. So I'm like, okay, when market open, um, it should spike, and then it started spiking, and after like somewhere around here, I broke even, and I was up like probably like 200-300 bucks, but I kept giving it time to uptrend because I'm like, this shit, this shit's gonna, this shit's gonna give it to me. I mean, this shit's a low flow, like it's a micro flow. I don't need to be exiting quickly because um uh it's a fucking low flow, 300, 3,000, 3 million shares. It's gonna skyrocket um, to probably like 40, 50, 100 where all these short squeezes and these stocks going up so much. I, I'm like, this shit probably will go to $40. So, um, right, I hate when this does this shit. Right here where you see the red, I don't understand this shit. Right here where you see this red arrow, I saw that it was kind of like hesitating, so I sold right here. Then I longed it right here for like 100 shares, and then and then I added it to it, and then eventually sold and added some more here, and I sold some right here because um, I could tell it was gonna come back down. I didn't. I added four. I added 600 shares, and I didn't really want to do that, but I did it because um, I thought it was gonna go up, and but then when I saw it wasn't, I quickly cut it, and luckily I got it cut fast enough, and I lost like I would say about 100, almost $100, but I was still up 1,000 on a day. Um, then it pulled back hard, and then I longed it with just like 100 shares or so, or 300 shares actually, and then it pushed up, and I sold right here, like literally 10 seconds before it got halted right here, and I was up for $1,239 for the day, and then after it got halted, I was like, I'm not fucking with it. I don't want to fuck with it. I don't like fucking with halted stocks, and then it just came crashing down all day, and it didn't even bounce really like that. So I ain't really even fuck with it. Um, to be real with you, I mean, it went from high eights to like 10 or 11 actually, but I ain't really want to fuck with it because anytime I see a stock get halted, I don't fuck with it. I mean, it had this nice bounce right here, and a double top right here, but it was really choppy, so it's like I'm not fucking with it. Now, this is a trade that fucks me up over today, and it, it it made me really feel like I don't want to trade no more. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm kind of like at the point where I'm really just done with trading. Like I'm, and it's not a matter of like I lost the passion for it, but it's just like I'm doing well, then I lose, and I'm doing well and I'm losing, and I'm just at the point where it's like I kind of felt like maybe this isn't for me, but the bigger thing was more of like, do I want to keep doing this? Like it's like I see minor success but major losses, major failures in this shit. So I really, after this trade, I went to bed and I couldn't do it no more. But I kind of was at the point where it's like I feel like I don't want to do this anymore. Before I go on to and explain to it, I forgot to show you guys or show myself one more thing. But I think this KOSS stock had an offering or not. Uh, I don't. I know I looked for sure, but I don't remember if it did or not. I remember going, yeah, about 10 years back on the offering, and I didn't. 10 years back in the filings, and I didn't see any offering. So I was confused why this shit was just not spiking um, more, and why the move got stuffed like that. Why it got stuffed so much. Um, yeah, like I'm already 4 or 5 years, 6 years now going back, and there's no signs of offerings. So it's like when I click right here, when I click right here, um, uh, there's no offering on KOSS. Um, so I was confused, like, why is the move getting stuffed? I mean, I saw the manipulation in on the level twos pre-market, but stock shooting higher. This is a heavily shorted stock shooting higher. So I guess this is a video game stock, but yeah, like I didn't really understand why the fuck this shit was just coming down like that. Um, Nor do I even understand why it went up. Um, yeah, I don't know why this shit went up. I don't know, honestly. Um, but it just did, and I luckily I got the exact bottom, and I sold at the exact top. But now onto this stock. It I didn't realize this until after the trade, but this stock had a partnership. And one thing I'm learning about partnerships is anytime a stock has a partnership or merge or anything like that with another company, there's going to be dilution, even though if you don't see it in the SEC filings. And they partnered up with PepsiCo, which is Pepsi, I think, um, uh, to and now they're selling this new product. a plant-based protein offerings. So when I see offerings, I'm like, are they talking about, you know, uh, um, a dilution of shares, or is it just the product? But I know they're trying to be manipulative with this company, but I didn't see this until after. But when I looked into the SEC filings, there was an offering um, a year ago, and I didn't know if it was still valid or not. And it kind of slipped my mind when I was trading it. Kind of forgot that they did have an offering, and they were uptrending so much right here that it just slipped my mind, and I just couldn't understand why they kept falling. And then I took a second look and realized they did have an offering, and they've had a partnership with another company, but um, it started crashing, and I longed it here and here, as you can see. And I sold some, made a profit, longed it again, and then this is when I started losing. Um, I didn't when I longed it right here and sold it here. I made a profit, but I didn't mean when I bought here and here. I didn't mean to fucking buy up here. I accidentally bought. Um, I had my finger on the trigger, but I wasn't trying to pull the trigger. I just accidentally hit it, and it fucking went through. And then I sold here. Um, I added shares here, sold here, and then I was down um, so much. I was down like a third of my gains, and I was like, "What the fuck was I thinking?" And then I started using leverage at this point. I added shares here and here, sold here. Then I added shares. I bought more shares, and I used leverage. And I didn't want to, but I was just so upset that I lost a third of my gains for making a stupid mistake. And I was kind of like revenge trading. And then I added shares here, and it started going up. And then and then I was trying to make my gains back. I was down like $1,200 on a day. I already lost all that I fucking made trying to fix it. And you shouldn't try to fix a trade, but I did that. And it just didn't go my way, and I cut. And then I tried here. I just kept trying over and over and over again, and then ended up losing 2,539. So I made it 1,239, but I lost 2,539. So roughly, in total, I lost 1,300 for the day. I mean, trading on KOSS, I was so like fucking proud of myself today. From you know, I shot here, gave it a try here, fuck, it didn't work. I saw manipulation, got out. I was proud of myself for this cut because I saw the manipulation and I was smart enough to get out, and it wasn't going my way. So I'm like, I'm out. This right here, this long right here, um, I got out. Um, I got out, and it was a bigger loss than I wanted to, but it was a safer one, and I got out. But then when it started going my way and it went up so much, and then I was proud of myself right here because I sold right here. Then when I longed here, I was even proud of myself some more, and how I just continue to go my way. Um, I was just really proud of myself for trading as well, and you know, I was just so shocked. Like, I can't believe it. I finally got it right. I'm trading a spiker. This is not even ABCD. It's just trading a morning spike, but I had this big fucking loss, the biggest loss probably in my life, or I think this is one of the biggest losses in my life, and I'm just like devastated, honestly, and I just don't want to fucking do this no more. I don't want to trade no more. I don't want to do it anymore. I feel like a loser. I feel like a failure, and I'm at the point where I don't want it anymore. Like, after this happened, I turned off my computer. I left the house. I went to go take some kids out to eat for their birthday. and I didn't even want to look at the computer no more. I was like, man, I'm done with trading. Like, I give up. I felt like God wasn't on my side. I felt like um, nothing was going right. I felt like a loser. Um, but to be honest, I still feel this way, and I still don't want to trade no more. Um, I'm at the point where I really feel like I'm done. Like tomorrow, I might wake up to watch the markets, but I don't care to. If I wake up late, then I wake up late. It's whatever. I'm not really tripping. But um, that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. But that's just how I'm feeling. And I pray to God. I don't want. I don't even pray. I don't want to pray about it no more because I pray to God about just please make me successful. Please help me out. Please guide me. Give me the right information. And it's just like I don't. At this point right now, I don't know what I'm doing wrong anymore. I don't know. Um, I mean, I did revenge trade. I broke a lot of rules. I mean, I can look at my rules right now and tell you straight up the number one rule of cut losses quickly. I clearly broke that. Um, I failed to cut losses quickly. The pre-market thing, I'm not really tripping about it because I saw the opportunity and it was a smart move and it actually worked out my way and I was able to control my risk at least the first time. Taking the singles, I'm still struggling with that, but I did well for myself. At least on the first trade. The second trade, I was up $450. I didn't take my singles, but I really felt like I could have. It would have went up, but the fact that it had an offering, it completely slipped my mind. So I could have taken singles, but if I just completely forgot that it had an offering. I don't short for first green room days. Um, After I realized this stock, I'm like looking at Beyond Meat, and I'm like, this has to have an offering. That's when I started shorting, but I was like, man, fuck it, I'm shorting at the bottom. I don't even care anymore. And I just got out because I wasn't taking the trade seriously at that point. So yeah, well, it was a first green day, but I realized that it did have an offering, or it had to have an offering because the way it was moving. But I didn't take it seriously. Beyond my size, or don't trade beyond my size or beyond my risk. I did that a lot on both of my trades. At least KOSS, my risk was controlled, but in this stock, my risk was not controlled. I added shares to a loser, yes. I did chase the stock. I increased my risk, and I did revenge trade. I did. I broke almost every single rule today, and that's why I lost so big. But it's so fucking hard to know when you're doing the wrong thing and then stop yourself from it, especially after you're losing. But yeah, tomorrow I don't even care if I wake up tomorrow or not. I don't care to trade. I don't care to even do any of this shit no more. I really give up. I feel like I'm giving up inside, and um, I don't want to talk to nobody about it anymore. I don't want to pray about it no more. Um, I don't want people coming up to me asking me about the stock market anymore because I feel like a complete failure. I'm 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 at a point where I'm not just depressed. I'm not just down, sad, angry, hurt, or depressed. I'm at a point where I'm beyond frustration. It's more than just silent frustration. It's more than just frustration. It's something beyond that.